again. Your rejoicement to my soul, it feeds it just like oxygen. Can you hear me, Father? Can you please send me some signs? I've been going through some things, it's been a lot on my mind. Can you hear me, Jesus? I need to hear your voice again. And I will keep on praying, and I promise I'll be waiting on you. Ooh, waiting on you. God, I promise that I'm waiting on you.
DJ Surefire, fire department.
My mixtape.
Check it out now. YNW Melly's mama on Instagram Live balling over her psychopath killer son. Now, that's what a lot of people are saying. I posted this clip to my Instagram, and you guys just seen a very emotional woman listen to the music made by her son, which was crying out for God, and that is the duality with YNW Melly. People are even shocked that he would be in a position to be charged with killing his two best friends, because a lot of times his music was a lot of lovey-dovey stuff. He was calling on God. He was showing a lot of love to his mom. He was singing about relationships, heartbreak. Yes, he did have songs about him being a gangster, whatever, but come on, they're melodic like lullabies. You didn't really think he's with the shits, but maybe he was. Now you see this woman and she's crying, and I see a lot of people that are lacking compassion today because they're saying, you raised that nigga. And if he allegedly did that shit, we don't give a fuck if you crying. Now, I'm different from that because I have a lot of sympathy and compassion for her, regardless of how she is, because, you know, a lot of people were thinking that she was a little bit different than what they saw later on when videos came out of her talking about certain things. And I posted those videos where she was like, yo, somebody pulled a gun, blah, blah, and we got guns, this, that, and third. Clearly, she may have shown a different side that we saw or first saw on that documentary, Melly. But she's still a mother. And she's going to love her son unconditionally, whether he did it or not. Also, you got to realize this is a process that the whole family is probably going through. Melly gets rich, successful, or is about to, because you can imagine he didn't get all the money yet. Because listen, as I always say, 6 months into being successful, you ain't see no music money yet. You see that shit a year later. He hasn't been famous for a year. So you can imagine all his family sitting there and they're thinking, yo, our whole lives about to change. His mom probably ready to quit her job. She's probably ready for a different life. And then this happened all in the blink of an eye. So yes, she's going to be very emotional. And I don't think that we should really shame her for that. I think at least I'm going to offer her some sympathy. But the reality is that she's probably coming to grip with a few things as well. Every time I talk to anybody who knew his team or is connected to his team, you know what they tell me? Man, Melly finna be home in a year or so. He finna beat the case, okay? But I remember talking to people that were down with TK's camp. You know what they told me? Man, this nigga finna beat the case. Now, he's the last man standing while everybody pled guilty, and they're looking to give TK life. Okay, TK don't look like he's about to do the race anytime soon. And also, in YNW Melly's case, maybe his mom is actually coming to grips with the fact that your son might not be out in a couple of months or maybe a year. It might actually be a while. Now, this all came after the news came down that her son is facing a death penalty because the prosecution had to send a notice to the judge and also to the defendant that this is on the table, and based on the crime that allegedly you killed two of your friends in a car, close range, seemed premeditated, in cold blood, you did it for money, you did it for clout, allegedly, we want you dead. Based on those things, clearly, we're going to see a whole different side of not only his mom, but everybody around him, because you have to now come to grips with, yeah, this legal process isn't just you going to beat the case. You take this shit to trial and you lose, you're going to die. You're going to die. But if they offer you a plea to say 25 years, you might take that. Now, one means, or actually both means your music career is over. However, one means you might still be alive. These are all tough pills to swallow. And Again, maybe she shouldn't have been on live, but again, you know, his mom has been going on live frequently, kind of showing that she's been in decent spirits, and I think it finally got to her. It got to her when she was hearing his music where he was talking about God, and at this point, only God could help Melly now. Okay? Get in the comment box, you guys like them, subscribe. Melly's mom broke down, basically listened to his music after hearing the news that he may be getting the death penalty if found guilty. What do you think about that? Get in the comment box, you guys like them, subscribe to Akademiks.